Hello, everyone, and welcome back for our second race of the night. We got Cap and Kira in winners round 2 here. And commentary here tonight is myself and Average.
Hello, hello. All right, is everyone ready? We could do a countdown if we're all ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Give me just a second.
All right. No problem.
So just want to get the Twitch chat all set up. Okay.
60, 59, 58.
All right.
Oh
I'm
no!
good to go. We can get things started here.
Okay. Seriously this time. Okay, everyone ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, everyone.
All right, good night.
All right, bye.
Well, Pi, I am looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this should be a good race here.
Yeah, still in winners. The farther we get in winners, the closer the matches tend to get. So I'm really excited for this one. I know that Cap here is our second seed, so definitely the favorite in this match. But as we know, it's Pikmin, so anything can happen. And Kira, I know she's a bit of an up and comer, so you could see anything. Anything can happen. You never know. So
Yeah, she
I'm
does
looking
also
forward
have a PB of under 140. I think it's 138.
Nice. That's
So
still
it,
pretty good. That's definitely within striking range.
Yeah, I think their PBs are only about 5 minutes apart, so yeah, really anything could happen here.
Yeah, and the nice thing about races is that, like, even though both runners are still on the same speed, like, you kind of have to deal with things as they happen, you know? Like, one player could have a squad wipe or something, and that can really change the match, so.
Whoa, Cap going for KSN D1E.
I've never seen...
Oh, not feeling it. Oh.
That did not work out. I've never seen Day 1 Extinction from that angle. Maybe going a little bit for the sauce here, a little bit of the flexing right now. Cap's feeling confident.
I have a feeling Cap's also going to be going for Louis skip, so we'll see how that works out for him.
The absolute gonads on this man. Not a whole lot to talk here about the first couple days. The main thing that the runners are trying to do is advance the days and collect the posies between days, because ultimately the limiting factor here is the 15 bag that keeps you stuck inside. And since you do day 1 exploit, you can't grow 15 until day 4, adding up all the stuff you grow in between. So
yeah, so we're just, growing a few Pikmin here, ending the day, trying to advance the next day as quick as we can. Yeah, Kira off to a little bit of a lead in the beginning here with Cap messing up D1E a little bit.
Yep.
But we still have plenty of race left to go. Anything could happen.
Yes, for sure. You did mention that Cap is probably going to go for Louis skip. I'm interested to see it if he does decide to do it. I wonder if that sauce attempt on the Day 1 Extinction broke his confidence, or if he's still feeling like a baller. So I guess we'll see what's going to happen.
Kira missing the one shot.
Thankfully, Pikmin are invincible at this point, so it doesn't super matter if you mess that up.
Cap getting it, and that pulls him at basically they're tied right now. Cap's already said it like 3 times.
Where does Cap's 4 Pikmin go? Am I tripping? How did that happen? Anyone in chat? Yeah, Curtis, he got cutscene. What does that mean?
Oh, the cutscene? Oh no.
Yeah, he's missing the 4 from the small. What does he do? I guess you have to go to day 5 to get more pellets, right?
I guess you would have to, yeah. Or I guess just grow grow more before leaving, and you'll just be down a few Pikmin.
Curtis says that it stores them until you collect something else.
Stores them until you
On day
collect.
2, you're just
Oh.
fucked. Is that persistent across days, or is it just gone? I guess he's...
So we should get all of them right here then, is what you're saying. It doesn't look like it is. Looks like
Yeah,
he still just
not
has 9.
persistent across days. Yep. Well, I've never... This is a first for me, so... playing a little bit behind on the back foot here at Camp will be, but still, we know he's a great player, so he could definitely come back, but here definitely is going to have an advantage in day 4 here.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Cap will advance another day or if he'll just deal with the -4 Pikmin.
Yeah, true, true. So we see Kira is already here at 15, so she's going to be able to get the bag going now. Meanwhile, Cap is waiting. I think he's just going to have to wait for, like, those pellets that are by base to
Yeah,
scrap.
he's not doing much. I think he's gonna skip to day 5.
Oh, he is. Okay. So Kira is probably going to go for egg push here. Pretty standard stuff here. This can be tricky sometimes, I know. Looks pretty
She
good.
seems to get it pretty well here,
One
though.
of the Pikmin did not collect one of those pellets.
Curious, does anything change on day 5 compared to day 4 in terms of like where pellets are or anything?
I have no idea.
No one's ever seen this before.
I haven't. So that means the fact that Cap reset or went to the end of the day for day 5 means that he is not down 4 because he should have the... He made up for the fact that he got the 2 posies on day 4 and then 2 more posies on day
Correct.
5.
We
Which
started
had
this
up
day
to
with 13 Pikmin, which is how much you normally start day 4 with.
Right. Yeah, so he should be good in terms of numbers, but he did lose a
But he
significant
was
amount of
down
time. I mean,
by,
Kira,
what, like a minute and a half? How much time does that cost?
yeah, it's going to be a bit. And Kira already is flowered and heading to EC, so this is considerable lead.
Yep, and Cap here just starting the egg push. How much is Cap behind? Yeah, probably like a minute and a half. I'm not sure exactly. We'll, guess we could try to time it when they enter EC. We'll know for sure.
So Cap did not, I think with the
Yeah, I
fiasco
didn't
there,
see
he was
him
not even
going
paying
for
attention to Louis skip.
Louis
So
skip.
I think he's just going to go, like, just get the cutscene like normal.
Looks like Cap got everyone flowered, I think. No leaves. Love to see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay attention to the time that Kira enters EC and try to see how much of a difference this makes. It's hard to tell now. Kira entering at like 850-ish, 849-ish. So we'll have to see how much Cap is behind by. This is not something that I have seen in a race. Typically, up until like Awakening Wood, most runners are within like a pretty relatively close margin of each other. I mean, obviously there are ways you can save a lot of time in these couple days, but typically the variance is not extreme to this point.
Yeah,
so this would
early
be
game
very
is
interesting.
typically pretty not very high variance.
I don't think Cap got Louis skip. He might have. He did not get the cutscene. So yes? Question mark? I guess.
Yeah, he didn't try to activate the cutscene. I didn't think I saw him go for it, but I missed it, I guess. Yep. So
Cap's entering at like 9:50, 9:49, 9:50. So it's about a minute.
So about 1 minute.
Lead
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
But like we said, we still have a lot of the game left.
Yep,
Still
there
is
is
time
a
to catch
lot
up.
of game to be played, and we all know how good of a player Cap is. So, for sure, something that he can come back from. Yeah, he just felt like giving us a good show today. Make it exciting, right? That's what he was thinking.
Give Kira a little bit of a handicap at the beginning.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kira not throwing in the back flower first. I believe we've been talking recently about how throwing in the back flower is actually a little bit faster.
Interesting. A little optimization there. That's what's so great about these games is that like there's so many little things you can do that save time in ways that you would not expect. Kira
Yeah,
also
exactly.
plucking 9, which is typically a bit more than you need. I think 8 is what the minimum typically is that you want to go for?
I believe the minimum is 7. That would give you 1 purple to deal with the 2 dwarf bulbwurbs. And Kira, because of the 2 captains thing, Kira had 7 plucked, and I guess felt more comfortable plucking 9 as opposed to 7.
Kira also took a lot of time to do bulborb combat there with the smalls. A little bit struggle bus there. We'll see if that's going to make a big difference here. Cap did go for the far flower first, as you were talking about.
Yep, and Cap looks like only plucking 7 purples.
He's also saving a significant amount of time in that combat. That was a lot cleaner. Getting those one-shots pretty... maybe not. Okay.
Yep.
That one is a little...
But
it is what it is.
Remember, like, the limiting factor here is the purples walking up to the globe. So as long as the purples don't stop walking, there isn't really any time save or loss.
Right. Very, very good point. Very good point.
Alright.
Kira also collected both bugs there, versus Cap collecting 1.
Right, so that'll be 2 Pokos more for Kira.
Yep.
Kira finishing up Emergence Cave and about to get started on Awakening Wood now.
Kira starting day 5, meanwhile Cap will be starting day 6.
Day 6, yes.
Making things interesting.
So Cap, actually, if you think about it, is a whole day ahead.
True. If it's that kind of a race, that is something. So I know that like enemies change, and like some like posies and stuff change depending on the day. I don't think it's gonna affect that because I'm pretty sure it's like you have to be pretty deep in.
I believe it matters, like in terms of enemy respawns. It like whatever that cycle is starts on the day that you first enter that area.
Right.
Or it's like based on the day that the enemy is killed on.
Right.
But as for like like the BLL spawning and perplexing pools, those
I don't think
those kind of spawns we're not gonna see because that doesn't start till like day 30.
Yeah, yeah. Those are casual day territory right there.
Or low IGT.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Shoutouts to low
Keep
IGT.
doing that. Cap is now starting Awakening Wood. And Kira has already loaded the gate. In this split, that gate is a big limiting factor because it actually is like one of, if not the strongest gate in the game. So you really want to make sure that you take the time to load all the Pikmin you can there and get as many Pikmin plucked and on there as fast as possible because you can't
absolutely. That
do a
gate
lot
takes a
until you get
long
back
time
there.
to come down, and
Yeah.
you can't really get too much done until that happens.
Because ultimately, you want to get to blues, and in order to get to blues, you need a knapsack. In order to get to the knapsack, you need 20 purples. In order to get 20 purples, you can either do EC twice or do Holy Beast. And obviously, you're not going to do EC twice for no reason. So that's kind of the sequence of events here, and all of that hinges on getting past that gate. So that's why it's so important to knock that out as quick as possible.
Theoretically, you could also do a mum bump or something.
Right.
But since we have to do Holy Beast anyway, and it's not really that much faster to do it with whites, you might as well just do Holy Beasts and then White Flower Garden after.
Cap is doing Louis cutscene right now, actually. Oh my goodness, I
would have expected to see it on Invaluable Propose 1. Maybe he just forgot that he didn't get Louis skip.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that. But that means that the gap was wider than we had thought because Kira had already gotten that cutscene. Kira also did not flower her whole squad there, so there are definitely a few purples, one or two that missed it. So not a huge deal because obviously you're gonna get more leaf purples anyways on floor 2. But just something to note that's gonna be.
We'll be able to flower them all up on sub-level 4.
Yep.
Caps talked about doing the Louis cutscene here. Every other runner says it's worse than doing it, but you are one. I see.
Interesting.
It's probably not a huge difference if I had to guess. But I don't know the numbers or anything, so...
Cap is truly going for all the unique things here. Going for Louis skip and Awakening Wood, going for weird day one setup.
Looks like Cap got everyone flowered, I think. There.
Also did not lose one to Burrow Net.
Didn't whistle it, though. Only whistled 2 out of the 3 off of the Burrow Net, so it essentially lost
so
one. It's not gonna go back to the onion to get it again.
True.
But of course, compared to a PB attempt where you would probably reset if you don't get Louis skip, you're basically even on Pikmin then.
Yeah. It also got the really slow layout on Holy Beast 1. I just realized that. It's all the way in the far out globe. Not on these early floors, there's not like a ton of variation. There's some variation on like where treasure spawn and such, and enemy spawns and stuff like that. But only until like SH and after that are we gonna see floors with like massive variation.
I think people say that like White Flower Garden 4 is the first semi-big variance floor.
Yeah.
So
thankfully, though, since both runners are playing on the same seed, we know that if one of them is getting fucked, they're both getting fucked. They're getting fucked together. So that's a nice thing about that. But there's still a huge aspect of skill of, okay, even though both runners are the same speed, what decisions are they going to make, given that, how are they going to handle it? So there's a big aspect of that, too. So
yeah, exactly. It's really great to have set seed for these races for a number of reasons. One, obviously, it makes the races fair. You both get the same layout, so you can't say like one person got better RNG and won because of that. And second, like, after the race is over, you can go back and look at how your opponent played it, and maybe they played some levels better than you, maybe you played some levels better than them,
Right.
and you can really compare and learn from each other that way.
Cap carrying a purple into this floor 3. Really just
Was he,
wanted to give it a warm wake-up call, I guess.
I don't know if it
He
was
threw
just
it
an
over the
accident
fence.
that he whistled it and he was just trying his best to
Could be, yeah.
get rid of it safely, or what. Oh, where's the 20th Pikmin on that carry?
Looks like Kira is having trouble finding the Mitite alcove. Also took the time to whistle off the purple leaf that was in her squad from not being flowered on enter Holy Beast. So that's like minuscule thing that like adds up. You know, the fact that she didn't flower it then means that she had to take the time to think about it and whistle it off. And then, you know, it's one of those things where like the little things add up later, you know. Not a huge deal, but just something to note. Is she gonna wait for my tights? No, she's not.
She's not. That's 10 Pokos that she's missing for.
We'll see what Cap does.
Let's see Kira trying Fast Empress. If she's gonna go for the front Fast Empress, no, she's going for the side.
One thing Cap just did that I really liked is while the the big Bulbul was in the death animation, and so he had to wait for that to end before he could carry the body. And in that downtime, he threw one over to get the card, and then ran back and loaded the body. Really good optimization
Yeah,
there.
very nice
You
multitasking.
can get the card moving in between there. Yeah.
And Kira nailing the side Fast Empress. Very nice.
Is Cap a front Empress or a side Empress person? I guess we'll find out.
Well, we'll see. I believe he's usually goes for front.
And Cap did wait to get all the Mai Tai, so slightly difference there. Eating the time for the bug advantage.
Eating the time loss, but Cap is gonna be up 10 Pokos for that.
Yeah. Interesting decision given the fact that he is a minute behind anyways, but I mean, I think the bug value is worth it.
And Cap
He went for front
nailing
Empress, and he looks like he's getting it. Nice. So gonna save a tiny bit of time there for that faster setup on Empress.
Oh, that purple.
Oh, it didn't get on. Poor
Didn't
guy.
get on good.
He wanted to help out so bad. And we see Kira going for this Inter White Flower Garden. This bag here has a 20 weight requirement, so that's one of the reasons why we either need to go to Ishi or Polar Beast before getting whites, despite the fact that whites are really great, really fast, is you need the 20 purple there. So doing that first, and we see Kira enter as Cap is exiting Holy Beast. So still a pretty decent lead from Kira here.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the time, but it seems like it's still right around the 1 minute difference here.
Yeah, we'll have to. We can take a peek at what the exit time of floor 1 is, and see what that time comparison is. Pretty simple. White Flower Garden 1, pretty simple floor. You know, just.
Yep, like we
limiting
said, these
factor
early
glitches.
caves are pretty low variance, but
Yeah.
there is a faster and slower layout here. We did get the faster one, I believe. The slower one is
Yeah.
if it's directly across from you.
Yes. So Kira fade out was at 2340-ish. Save was at 2340-ish. So we'll see where Cap is on this floor, just to get a sense of what the lead is like.
Yep, and it looks like Cap is also down 2 Pikmin. I think they're both reds. I don't think I saw any purple deaths.
Yeah, for sure. We know that one was because he neglected to whistle it on the enter hob. And also this layout on 2 has like both treasures are in the center there, so I wonder if Cap was going to do the throw over strategy to get the tier. Curtis says if he doesn't do that, what I just said, he should delete his Twitch account. So I guess a lot's on the line here. What did I say was the fade out for Kira on floor 1? Was it 2340?
It was, yeah, like mid-30s, I think, so right around
a minute.
Right around
still.
a minute or so still.
Yeah. 23, yeah, okay, so a little bit more than a minute lead for Kira here. Does Cap do it? Cap does not do it, and he will be deleting his Twitch account as per Curtis's request. So, unfortunate that this will be his last stream, so goodbye forever. You'll be missed.
It was nice knowing you, Cap.
Mm-hmm. -1 account. So Kira here on floor White Flower Garden 3 is getting whites. Whites are amazing because they carry significantly faster than any other Pikmin type. And it matters a lot, especially on a lot of these sub-levels where you have a couple treasures that are really far away.
Yes,
it makes a huge difference getting whites on there.
We love to go fast here.
Exactly, yep.
And yeah, even white leaves carry faster than any other color flowers. They're very, very important for the speedrun.
The purples are lined up quite nicely for this whistle off for the whites here.
Did Kira get only purples off? Oh, that is beautiful.
2 whites, not a huge deal. We'll see if she gets any on the pillar. Very important. Determines the winner of the match. And no,
Nothing.
Skill issue. So
that's not looking good for Kira.
She really tried to get some on there. Was not working at all. So, as you mentioned earlier, White Flower Garden 4 is definitely a stage that has a lot of variance compared to the earlier floors. You can have some really not fun layouts, so I'm interested to see what layout's going to be like here.
Yeah, despite there only really being one of the 2 treasures that you're going for, the layout itself can be...
not too bad.
It can be like right next to the ship. Like this is a fantastic layout.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Because in this case, there is the chapstick and the mushroom, but you don't want the mushroom because it's not worth that much.
It's only worth like 30, I think, and it's really slow.
Mm-hmm.
You have to dig it up.
Yeah, the digs make a big difference on a lot of those treasures. Take a lot of time.
Definitely not worth it.
Cap did get his 1 white on the beam, so therefore he is the better player. Just letting chat know that he's the better player here, despite being behind due to seed ownage. So, I mean, Jack did say earlier that despite that weird start, this would be a really close race, and I kind of agree because the deficit was around 1 minute at Inter EC, and it's still around 1 minute. So this would definitely be close regardless of that fuckery at the very beginning. So I'm interested to see how the match keeps playing out.
Lost to the hole in White Flower Garden 3, should quit.
He spent too much time gloating on his beam snipe. Kira checking those eggs for Mai Tights. You love to see it. One of my favorite moments of one of the earlier races is when JPEP was really struggling on bugs at the very end and just went for the egg on
yeah, and he got
GK6
Mai
and
Tights
just got
on.
Mai Tights just like that. So
on GK6 right at the end.
Yes. So obviously, French people are just built different about spawning Mai Tights on command. You know, we can't compare.
I guess so. Kira saving at 28.55. Going into early blues.
Yep, this is a normally a very scary split because there's a 20-ish roughly percent chance of a nice soft lock when you do the EV trick here. But we're playing on patch, so soft locks are not going to be an issue. But there is still a skill issue aspect to this, of course, because if you don't hit the right line, you hit the right line, you can respawn in like this white flower garden pocket, which would be a big deal.
Yep,
So-
there's always ways to mess this up. You can fall out of bounds or clip back in bounds while you're walking there, but these runners have been around a while. I think they can handle it.
You're going for the attempt, and looks like she got it.
Got it.
Nice.
Cap just
Now we're gonna see Cap go for it as well.
just leaving White Flower Garden 5.
Knapsacking with the purple. Interesting.
Seemed to work out just fine for him though. Did get one extra red up there that goes on the die. Meanwhile, over at Kira, let's see how many tries it takes to get a
One.
blue. 2,
That's 2.
3.
That's 3. The white
White's
does not
carrying.
see Louis.
4. Come on. 5th try.
5, not too bad. It's a 33% chance there that you're going to get a blue carry, which you need to get up that ledge. And that's because you think it'd be 50-50, but it's 33% chance for each type of Pikmin, and then whatever types haven't been unlocked just go to red. So 66 red, 33 blue on that one.
Yep, and it's statistically likely that you get it by like the 2nd or 3rd try, so it is a little bit of bad luck.
Cap is
For Kira.
struggling to get all the Pikmin up here. I think some are going to fall off, I'm not going to lie.
Cap getting a 2nd try and waking
Cap
up.
got,
No,
Cap got it. There
Cap.
they go. Oh my gosh, no. Now he's gonna get punished. No, never mind.
Nope, also gets it at about the 5th or 6th try. So about even there on that knapsack.
Oh my gosh. Under the blue onion, unless I'm seeing things wrong, I think is a body from one of the frogs.
Oh,
the
that'll-
frog poles.
That looks
Yeah, so that's
like
a
it
free
is. That'll
Pikmin
be,
right there.
A couple extra Pikmin. Is it 1 or 2?
I don't
I
don't
actually know
know.
off the top of my head, but I think it's 2.
Yeah, it can't be 1. There's no way. It's actually 1 because he got the pellet and the body, and it was 3. So I have a slight blue advantage there.
Looks like 18 blues, so he's up 2 blues compared to normal.
I'm interested here to see this SH2. This is another floor that famously has a really high variance. Runners here, the main things they're looking to get are the strawberry and to get 5 from the ivory candy pop bud. So we're gonna do looks like a squad split setup here.
Yeah, it just looks like
And this isn't too bad. You don't have to cross water, it looks like, to get to the berry here. Kira losing a purple there, actually, to the Baronet, looks like. Almost lost 2. Interesting, because Kira threw 8 instead of just like 6 or 5 there, she was able to collect those 2 bodies for free, which is a super nice optimization
Yeah,
there. And
that'd be-
because she
that'd be
took
really
an 8,
helpful
oh,
getting
that
them.
one's dead. Normally, by bringing 6, you're able to kill this guy.
Oh,
Oh my gosh!
she lost a white too.
Oh no!
That Shearwig's putting in work.
That Shearwig really is the MVP for his team. Oh my gosh.
He was hungry. Now Cap here actually having a lot of purples
Interesting.
to, I guess, to deal with the enemies over here. So hopefully Cap won't have the same problem with the Shearwig here. And Cap gets the one shot on it.
Nice snipe. Pretty good layout there on this 3, with the hole being right
Yeah, the
near
hole being
where
right
the
there
fight
by
takes
the
place.
by
Yeah.
the snagger that has the treasure.
We see some runners sometimes it's kind of hard to tell where the hole is, so some runners will actually pause and zoom out a tiny little bit just to see where it is, so you don't waste that time like running in circles. But in this case, we could see it right off the bat after the combat. We did get wienered there by Kira.
Ah yes, and everyone in chat posting their wiener emotes.
Everyone drop your wiener emotes, of course, yes. Cap is loading everything but the wiener right now, and he's gonna be losing time there because of it. This is actually pretty decent layout here with Magnet being relatively close
Yeah, it
and then
looks
the
like
marble being nearby.
looks like both of the treasures that you need are kind of right near each other. That's always good, as opposed to having a really split layout where one's one direction and one's the other. Well,
Looks like Cap is actually going for the marble first, doing some of that deload tech to make sure that the he could kill those gates perfectly on time. Really well played there by Cap. I think he played that pretty well. Might be saving a tiny little bit of time there.
yeah, it looks like Cap is starting to catch up a little bit here.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I mean, before they were on different sublevels, now they're doing the same sublevel at the same time, so definitely some ground caught up already. Cap is getting trolled by this beetle and will now lose to getting the hole on time because he's stuck in the corner there. Kira immediately finding the antenna beetle, bringing up the gauge, which is really important on the floor because you have these like, you're looking for a small that has a marble here, and it's pretty much impossible to find unless you can get your gauge back, which you have to kill the beetle for.
Yep, and it looks like the marble is also in the same room as the
Yes, very
antenna
good layout
beetle,
there.
so that's should be hopefully they don't wander off too far looking for it.
Cap's going the wrong direction. No. When's he gonna turn around? Okay, he's leaving a captain there for the hole. Good.
I think he sees that it's here now.
He does see the gauge picking up now. He has located it. So Kira saved a little bit of time there. She found it much quicker than Cap.
Interesting
can
hole
be-
placement, just like in the middle of this room here.
I think the fact that both are in the same room can definitely throw you off.
Yeah,
Because typically you want to like run away from the treasure because when you're close to the other treasure, it obfuscates the second treasure that you're looking for in that room.
yeah, because I think your instinct is you wanna always be moving. You wanna check somewhere new, but
Right, exactly.
before you have the gauge, you don't know for sure that it's not there.
Kira leaving Louis and some reds at base to grow those whites. And getting Len's really good layout there. Lens is right there.
Yeah,
There's
Len's
no way
Len's
that both
right
of
in
those
the
don't
way.
fall.
Looks like I'd be shocked if both runners don't get this.
Yeah,
It's,
that's pretty.
it's
you
pretty
have
free.
to try to not find that. So both runners should be getting Lens here.
Cap looks like
Cap
not
not
opting to
growing
grow
whites?
whites.
Interesting. I love that dismiss.
Oh,
Oh
very
my God.
nice dismiss. Getting
Killing the bug and the
and the
geyser at the
poison.
same time. Really nice. Yeah, I think if Cap had split here, he definitely could have grown in this downtime, because now he's kind of just waiting tiny little bit. Is going to save some time, but now down whites compared to Kira.
Yeah, but Cap is really gaining on Kira here. Is that something like 15, 20 seconds down, I think? Very nice one cycle.
Nice one cycle from Kira there. And getting the flowers, nice. Not going to get that purple flower, though.
Yeah, so probably won't have an opportunity to flower that purple until in Bulbex's Kingdom, I guess, right?
Yeah. Typically, at some point, whether in Bulbeck's Kingdom or whatnot, runners are going to try to flower. Maybe that's actually Cap. I think I'm thinking about the wrong thing here. So Kira leaving at 41:05-ish, and Cap is not too far behind. Actually, very close. I did not realize how close Cap made it.
Yeah, looks like it's about
It's less than 20 seconds now.
yeah, under 20 seconds.
Kira does have a slight advantage in the fact that she has an extra 5 whites, which is going to speed up, like, that's going to add up a lot of time over the run, and treasures are able to speed up.
Cap does have 2 more blues, though.
Right.
Yes, of course, Cap does also have that whole day advantage.
Very true, yeah. The first ever day advantage in a race. Never before seen. Looks like Kira's only going to get 2 of the 5 pellets. Interesting choice there.
I've seen people struggle with getting the pellet that's on. Like, if it lands on the top of the pot, I've seen people struggle with actually getting it down. Maybe she
Cap
thought
there
it's just
got
not worth
2
the
blues and
trouble.
a red 5 pellet, and got all 3, so he's going to have a big advantage on blues.
Cap messing up that knapsack up to BK. Almost had him carry him the other way up that doesn't get the treasure. Because typically you'd see people go up on top of the stump and get the treasure that's up there, but there is actually another knapsack location that you can do that goes like over the route and straight over to where BK is.
Interesting, okay. I did not know that.
Obviously that's not really used in runs because you need to get the treasure.
Right. By not stepping up on that stump, you can just switch captains and the Pikmin just pick it up, right? So that's typically what people are going to want to go for.
Yeah, because when you get up and I think you have to switch away, otherwise they'll go back into your party. But if you switch
Mhm.
away quick enough, they'll see that the treasure is there and they'll pick up the treasure automatically. Oh, the root knapsack is used in all treasures. Interesting.
Interesting.
I didn't know that.
Cap through. They're at the same exact point on this cutscene for Globe. I did notice that Cap threw a blue over to wake up the Wisp. Is he gonna flower, or am I just tripping? I guess I'm just tripping. But I swear he just threw a blue at the Wisp. I don't think it was near anything that you could carry.
I'm not sure. I've missed it.
We see both runners entering very similar times now. We now have what we call a very close race again.
We are neck and neck, as they say.
Ooh, failing
Ooh, what is
the
it?
kill on the Bulborb a little bit. Veiled by the
You're
stun
bailed
RNG.
by that stun,
goodness.
though. That
That
could
was
have
a
been
crazy
bad.
stun, actually.
Could have
That
ate a
very
few
much
purples
could
or
have been bad.
whites or something.
Yeah, Cap is definitely going to gain some ground on that floor. Better combat, and actually collected the bug first, so didn't have to wait around after the cutscene anyways for that.
Yeah, you definitely want to have collected the body first,
Mhm.
so that you can leave as soon as the treasure comes in.
Kira dealing with the bug on the way in versus Cap just ignoring it completely, trusting that he'll be able to skill difference it after. Kira lost a purple to the fire. She did not actually deal with the bug. She just sent a purple to their death.
Meanwhile, Cap getting the stun on the Dweevil as the treasure
Mhm.
passes by, and I think Cap played this level a little bit more aggressive, so he's making up a little bit
Catching
of
back
time
up there,
here.
yeah.
It really is, you know, the sum total of these really small differences. Little time saves here and there really add up over the whole run.
I'm also interested in Kira's purple count because I'm pretty sure she lost one on SH2, one there. I'm not sure if she's lost any more, but you only grow 20 in the run typically. So I mean, you can make up for that
Right.
on what's Subterranean Complex. Not typically something people
Yeah,
go for,
there's
but a thing you
opportunities
can
to grow
do.
more, but typically you won't bother
Right,
with
right.
it. So both these treasures are right here, right here together.
Kira failing to kill the frog. Where is the frog going? It just decided to jump all the way over there. I have no idea why it jumped so far.
I think I heard a
losing a
Pikmin
lot of
zap
time to that
too.
frog.
I didn't see what color it was. I hope it wasn't another purple.
Yeah, Cap played that a lot better there.
Meanwhile, yeah,
So
it looks like
is
Cap.
actually taking the lead, it looks like. Interesting. So Chris says the reason it jumped so far away from no one is because it was going home, but then got hit enough to jump. So it jumped home, which is interesting. I did not know that was a mechanic.
Interesting. And yeah, for that, Cap is now taking the lead.
Cap is now back in the lead. Kira lost a purple on that floor, so now she's down 3 at least. So, not a warning yet, but that is going to matter a lot, especially on floors where you need those purples to help kill things.
It's definitely gonna matter if it keeps happening.
Yes, for sure.
Not too big of a deal yet. There is sort of like a critical threshold of purples that you want to have.
Mhm.
You know, at least a good. Obviously, 20 is ideal, but you can get away with. I don't know. Once you get below 15, I would start to worry, I guess.
That dismiss was crazy from Cap. Loaded the skull and dismissed at the same time, such that he broke the geyser with the reds and started the dig. That's crazy. Nice play there.
Very impressive play from Cap.
And Kira is gonna get bugged. Actually, it kind of is heading
Looks
towards
like the dweeb was walking
base.
towards the ship. It's not
Yeah.
that bad.
I mean, they do run away from you. So if they're carrying something and you're between them and like if they're carrying something and you run towards them, they will run away from you. So theoretically, could use that to your advantage. Not something typical people do.
I mean, it looks like Cap is about one treasure cutscene ahead, so probably about 10 seconds. If Kira's gonna be leaving right after that.
One thing I haven't been paying attention to as much is bug count. So I'm gonna probably pay attention to Poco count here out of this BK.
Yeah, let's get
to
an update on what their Poké count is after BK. And Emperor Bulblax goes down.
That was a little close, actually. It looked like it was going to scream.
Yeah,
I don't
tough.
know if it's in range enough to cause panic on the ones on the gate. I don't think they are, but...
This is a notoriously tough fight. I'm glad Cap was able to pull it out.
Very, very, very challenging. Everyone knows how difficult that fight is. It takes a lot of effort to just put your cursor between his eyes and mash. It really is truly breathtaking.
Truly one of the greatest tests of skill in Pikmin 2.
And we're going to be waiting for a little bit on this floor because both players are picking up the gyroid bust, which is one rare case of a treasure being an extra treasure being on the boss floor. Typically, it's just the boss and the upgrade treasure. But in this case, there is another treasure that is very worth collecting because it's worth a lot of Pokos. So
Yep, there is one other example of that in Payoff Debt in Citadel of Spiders.
correct. Yep. Cap has 50-52 heading out of Awakening Wood. And we'll have to pay attention to what Kira has. 50-44. So
down
only 8
Pokos.
Pogo difference. Not a huge deal, but definitely it matters for sure.
In Payoff Debt, it's actually 50-50 for boss floors with extra treasures versus without. Interesting. That's Empress, Holy Beast, White Flower Garden, Snagger Hole.
That's
Don't.
actually true because you skip the boss floors in Valley of Repose. Because the two in Perplexing Pool have extra treasures. GK, of course,
Yeah.
has 3 extra treasures. Yeah, that's
So-
true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So there's
Yes.
actually. Does that mean there's more?
More non-boss
treasures than boss treasures?
True. Actually, kind of true. So Cap actually has not lost any purples at all. 20
Cap's
whites, 20
still-
purples.
Still at 20
I'm
purples.
interested to see what Kira's white and purple count are here. I'm pretty sure she has 24, 23 whites. And 15 purples. Ooh, that is a lot
That's a
more
little,
gone than I thought.
it's a little rough. Should probably try to grow more in SCX8, I guess.
Yeah, potentially we'll see that. Maybe, maybe not. What we see the runners doing here now, the reason they're not really trying to progress in the area is that the first overworld treasure that you collect in Valley of Repose ends the day. And rather than doing that during this tutorial sequence, they're actually picking up the battery now and using the day that is going to be forced to go to sunset, using that time to kill the small and most importantly, flower all your blues. Because you are going to have a significant amount of blues that are leaves from that big growth section in Awakening Wood. So since they have to wait for that treasure to come in and end of the day anyway, it's better to do it now.
Yeah, there's not really too much multitasking you can do while waiting for that treasure, so you might as well just spend the time to flower all your Pikmin. And it's not Courage Reactor specifically, it is whatever the first treasure you get is.
Yes,
So it's not
exactly.
like you can forego getting
Right.
Courage Reactor. Not that you would anyway, because it's a pretty expensive one. You would probably get it
Right,
anyway.
right. Cap actually has a perfect 100 right now. 60 blues, 20 whites, 20 purples.
We love to see
So
our
he has
round
quite the
numbers.
squad here.
So yeah, Cap is up on purples, but down on whites compared to Kira.
Those extra blues from the tadpole matter. Because that's the only reason that Cap actually has more blues right now. Because Kira has 59, and without those extra 2 from the log poles, it would be 58, 59. So those
Interesting.
little things matter. Nice, great lifeguard there from Cap. Again, very sick strategy there, where you can just C-stick the whites and purples that you need into the water, and let the blues perform their lifeguarding duties as you load the gate there.
We love our
They're
lifeguard
actually-
strats.
Exactly. Really cool to see.
I only wish that there were more opportunities to use lifeguarding in the runs.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. It's a cool mechanic. Not a lot of people, most casuals don't really know about it. It's just cool to see. Cat missing some purple throws there. He did bring 4. He did get 4 up there, so he technically didn't need to get all 3 on first today.
Yeah, I only needed to throw 3 up there, but
Having some fuckiness on that.
oh, stream titles still says losers. Nope, I'm sorry about that.
So Camp is here back at base. Gonna gather the squad and head up to SCX, and he's gonna whistle off Ursaday on the way. Then on Enter FC, you're gonna see him load that back up, and kind of like carry it in a relay on the way back.
Yep, take all these Pikmin off of it now so that we have them in for SCX, and then
Right, right.
load it up, get it the rest of the way back while we're making our way towards Frontier Cavern.
Camp is actually a good bit ahead now, maybe 10 or 15-ish seconds ahead compared to earlier. Amazing that he actually has come back with such a big deficit, but I mean, we know Cap's a great player, so not surprising to see him come back. But not only has he come back, but he's now trying to extend the gap further and further. I think a little more than 10 to 15 seconds, actually.
Yeah, maybe like 20 seconds or so. Because I think I saw Cap leaving the landing site around 10 seconds ahead, and then and there was still an extra treasure cutscene that Kira had to go through.
Kira is going the wrong way for cassette. Is she going to get tape? She is going to get tape. Interesting. Cap skipping tape. So Kira's going to have to double back for the other treasure here. Going to lose a significant amount of time for that. But is going to have the Poco boost of tape versus Cap, who skipped it.
Right, now on see that got lens, that's gonna put you pretty far ahead on.
Yeah,
okay, so
Kira's gonna have a big
to,
bug lead. Maybe get skip on something big.
Maybe you'll be able to skip something. I'm not sure what you would want to skip exactly. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not one of those players that's like, oh, you skip this. I'm not. I don't play this game, so I'm going to be relying on others to help me know what those kind of things would be in terms of the Poco route. But this is the first Poco route deviation in terms of what treasures the runners are collecting here. But Kira is eating a significant amount of time for collecting tape here. So, I mean, Cap has already finished with floor 2, so that gap has definitely gotten a lot bigger now.
SCX3 skip or FC2 present skip if the layout's good for it. Yeah, especially when you have lens, I wouldn't think that it's that huge of an advantage for you.
Oh my gosh, are those Pikmin dead on Kira's screen? Kira threw some onto the snitch bug, and it like did the dive like above where might be close to the edge. I'm not certain if they're alive. Oh, they're dead.
Oh.
I'm not sure what died there, but a couple just went off.
Uh-oh, that's a
Cap is
bunch of blue
completely
deaths
getting owned right now.
For Cap.
Both runners struggling.
Only one purple death, so Cap's still doing good on purples.
This combat here is hard because, for some reason, buried cannon beetles do not get stunned by purples, for whatever reason. And also the fact that there's fire geysers there at the same time makes it a funky floor to deal with.
Yeah, there were a lot of Pikmin on fire.
A lot of
Cap
Pikmin
was
on fire running around. Still Pikmin on fire.
Cap had a lot of like hazards and the combat, a lot to deal with there.
Did Cap skip spring on this floor, or did he get it at the beginning?
I
was not paying attention.
No. I think he would have got it. I don't... Yeah, he got everything.
That was a nice dismiss there from Kira to off-screen kill that fire geyser. Okay, Cap did get spring, okay. Losing a white there in combat. Really sick dismisses there. Yeah, Kira played this a good bit better than Cap compared to that combat struggling that Cap had.
Yeah, definitely.
And Cap gets
some
Might
Might Tights for Cap.
Oh my gosh. Free bugs. That's crazy. Never
Nah,
mind.
not
He's not
good.
gonna catch them.
Yeah, you wouldn't wait for that.
Yeah. Did he grow 10 or 15? I was watching
I
Kira there.
think I only saw 10. I wasn't watching either.
Chat, inform us. There's too much going on at once. Cap got 10. Okay, so I'm interested to see if Kira will get 10 or 15. Because Kira already was up 5. Actually up 2 now because she had 23 and then just lost 1 there. So only up a little bit before this floor, but I'm interested to see if she'll grow all 3.
No rimwalk. True. This is the layout where it would be faster to knapsack up to the stairs and walk down the stairs.
I really like that Cap is getting this treasure that's off by itself first. Just gonna throw a couple purples on it and then go. Really nice play there. Kira grew all 15 there. Looks like that's gonna be a big, nice purple throws. Really nice purple throws onto the Dirigibugs.
The third white flower's a mistake.
Cap played that 6 incredibly. Very, very well. I mean, he ran in there, he immediately downed the Dirigibugs, and then swarmed the beetles to take care of them, and then by that point, he had everything that was going to bother him out of the way. Really, really nice job there. I'm interested to see how Kira handles it in comparison.
Yeah, very nice. Let's see how. Let's see what we got going on. CX7 if. Cap can play that as cleanly as that SCX6.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kira here up on SCX6.
Kira doing the same, getting this.
Also going for the
first.
the bolt first. Seems to be the play. Just get it going with a couple purples and.
Struggling to kill that bug, but it's not gonna matter. Cap's trying to find where things are, I guess?
Just trying to get his bearings here, yeah.
Nice combat there.
For combat first. And it looks like
and
the
top
big,
is over here.
Looks like the big treasure is here as well.
And because he split up, he's going to have his captain take the whites to the other treasure. Nice play. Don't know where Romeo is right now.
Oh,
Kira,
getting a bunch
losing,
of Pikmin zapped.
Losing a pretty significant amount. Looks like she's going to play it out, not going to reset.
Yeah, it being that late in the floor, you kind of have to just take it, I think.
Right, yeah.
Unless it's really devastating, like Nightwolf COS 3 from earlier today.
Kira kind of getting trolled by that bug. Almost had everything taken care of, and the bug just kind of grabbed it. It looked like the difference there on that 6 is that Cap decided to just murder everything, and Kira just kind of went for the treasures, which is a really different strategy there.
Yeah, if you can get away with not killing something, you should be better, you know. Don't have to.
Yeah, 6 is definitely a scary floor because it's like one of the toughest mix of things you're gonna see in Pod. I mean, you have like poison, bombs, electricity, and dweevils.
Yeah, and there's always
we're not gonna kill your Pikmin, we have to deal with them.
There's always the dynamic of like, how much do you want to play it safe and kill everything versus play it a little more riskier and just try to grab stuff and go.
I noticed that Kira here, instead of leaving the captain at base to end up getting the whites and getting the other treasure after, she actually sent the captain all the way over to lure the other Groink. So she's gonna have to, after loading this treasure here, she's gonna have to actually run back to base to get the whites. Not sure how much that's gonna affect things. Pretty well played overall. And we see Cap here is going for gonna enter FC. It's interesting here because at this like half of Valley Repose, there's like a lot of bugs that typically are supposed to make you like slow down and kill everything, but because of just the camera mechanics of this game, you just kind of zoom in and just run, and none of them will really bother you. Cat waiting for Ursa Day.
All right. Kira just finishing up Subterranean Complex. Cap, maybe a minute or so ahead, just entering Frontier Cavern.
I mean, we already saw earlier in the race that a minute lead is not everything. It could definitely change for sure. Not outside their own possibility. Kira is growing purples here. Interesting.
Yeah,
Cap did not do that,
it's
so that's
never
gonna be
over
some
until
time
the
there.
end.
Exactly.
Kira always has a chance of coming back.
Cap is
Cap murdering
collecting
this
the
doodlebug.
neck, killing the
Like this is AT.
like it's AT or something. Is that purple gonna dig that in time? He like most of the way dug that treasure and then bailed and threw a purple. I don't actually know if that's gonna dig it up in time.
It'll probably be coming in second.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna double back and load it. Yeah, it did not dig it up.
Yeah.
Probably gonna take these Pikmin here and go load it as well.
Probably needed to put a few whites on that dig too, or something.
Mhm. That purple's dead. Oh, no, it's not. Nice save.
Ooh.
Wait.
Saved it.
Saved it but lost a blue, which is honestly worth. Crazy save.
And if I had to pick between the two, definitely pick saving the purple.
Mhm. Kira, I think, is about to have all of her purples deflowered. If I'm seeing this correctly. Failed that throw on the way in.
Yep, that's a
Oof.
bunch of them.
About half of them are losing their flower. That's not great, not what you'd like to see. I mean, she does have the opportunity to do what Cap did and
Just hit the doodlebug and flower 'em.
pretend to collect the bitter and the flower instead. Ooh, interesting layout here. Both President and Boot in the same room here. Oh my gosh, is that
Nope,
is that gonna
that's
be enough?
enough.
Yes, it is enough. Yeah, interesting. Tight roping that. Potential layout for Moke throws. Not sure. We're gonna have to see what Kira's gonna. Oh my gosh, those whites. Oh my gosh. Cap is getting chased by two boulders, or was getting chased by two boulders at the same time. Very scary.
I feel like the moke throws are more useful if you're coming in from the other side. Like you'd have to go all the way around and then up the slope. But since you're coming in from this side, you're kind of right there to walk up the slope anyway.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense. And he did have two beetles and a bunch of smalls in there, which made it hard to deal with.
Yeah, and yeah, the enemies definitely would make it worse. You'd have to either kill them or just hope that they don't mess with you.
Right, yeah. Kira collecting both treasures on sub-level 1 a bit more reasonably together there. We're going to see Cap start this 3. I haven't seen the roaming guys yet. But he's going to start the dig in the meantime and see if they show up.
And there's the big guy.
Oh, he's
He's
not,
just
doesn't
not
see him.
seeing. He's just
He's
just
completely
chilling.
blind. Oh my gosh, those purples might die. Oh, never
Uh-oh.
mind. They barely stopped the gate in time. That was terrifying.
Did lose 2 purples though.
Did lose 2 there, but could have been worse.
Meanwhile, it looks like Kira did do moke throws.
Nice, she did, yeah. Oh my gosh, that was scary a little bit. She also chose to just ignore the beetles. Interesting. Or at least ignore for a little bit. Versus kept killing that one on the way in. Cap is luring away that bowman manually to make sure it does not kill the whites on the candle.
Oh, got a couple Pikmin on fire there for Cap. Were those the whites carrying the candle?
I have no idea. I don't think so, because candle just collected. I don't know what those were. Were they ring? I don't think so. I think you got everything.
No, he got the ring earlier.
Yeah.
He got that first.
Kira looking like she's going to do the same thing Cap did, starting the ring,
Yep, finding ring
doubling
first.
back. Interesting choice to throw the purples on there. That's going to be less purples for the weird combat that typically happens. Let's see if the RNG on the bull bear is a bit different. Will it actually wander into spawn this time?
Looks like the Boldmen are wandering into spawn, and Kira is going to be taking them? At least killing the... Yep. Kira is taking the Boldmen, but see if she finds an opportunity to turn those into something, or bind into the cave here.
This is a really weird scenario here with this bull bear. Awkward combat. Oh, looks like she's luring it into base.
So lure it around the corner at least to get a good shot at him.
Yeah, nice combat there.
Very nice taking care of all the little guys too.
She still needs candle though. There it is. Nice. Which Mamuta is it? Cap is found the Mamuta. It took a little bit there, and gonna have to kill another one because it's kind of in the way. I like the decision to just ignore that Mamuta, the first one on the way in, because then you can just, you know, overlap the carry with killing it on the way back.
Yeah, definitely. The quicker you can get in, get the treasure moving, the better.
Hmm.
So Cap now about 2 floors ahead.
Yeah, this lead is just continuing to widen, and they're about to get into perplexing pool, and oh my gosh, this is terrifying. Kira bailed by the fact
Oh.
that those whites did not latch onto the gate. They were doing that thing where they dismiss and they're like trying to get to the epicenter of where you dismiss them. They didn't grab onto it. That would have been very bad.
That could have been bad, yeah.
Just barely got that snitch bug down in time to not have anything planted. What is Cap is having some trying to decide where to go here. Oh,
Nope.
nice. I did not realize that that was in that room. Nice catch there. That's what I was trying to find.
So trying to think about if that's where it was. 'Cause it could have easily been in the other direction.
Maybe trying to do some gauge reading of some kind.
Yeah.
The gauge tech.
But it looks like other than the spawn room, it looks like there's just one room in one direction, one room in the other, so it, our distance score of the two rooms should be the same, so it's just based on enemy score. It looks like there's just a ton of stuff in this room here.
Kira did not choose to ignore that Mamuta on the way in. Instead is fighting both Mamutas that do not have the treasure first. And getting some Pikmin buried, it looks like. So gonna have to pluck all those.
Yep, fighting all the Mamutas that you don't have to before getting the treasure.
And Cap is now done with Valley of Repose, it looks like. So he's gonna be moving on to Perplexing Pool.
8176 Pocos leaving Valley of Repose. I'm not super well versed in what the numbers mean, what the thresholds are.
Right. I assume not going to be picking up AM. I don't know if he's used Lens for a skip yet.
I
don't think he has. I
believe
think he's
so.
pretty much been collecting everything that you typically collect.
8185 only need big bodies, so Cap's doing pretty good. Only gonna need a couple smalls.
Yeah, this lead has widened significantly since the beginning of the match. Looks like you're went the wrong way at first, or what was up with that?
Probably checking the other room first, seeing that there's nothing, and going the other way.
Right. I was not paying attention to how Cap did this layout, so I wasn't aware of where the other treasure was.
They're both in this room here.
Right. Okay. I thought I saw Gage go up in the other room, but it must have been the fact that this
It's
alcove
probably just
there
because
where
it's
the
that
is
so
so
close
far
to the
back.
alcove
Yeah,
here. Yeah.
Makes sense.
The layout does sort of work out that way.
Despite Kira actually checking the wrong room first, she did actually save a lot of time by starting the dig before collecting the other treasure.
Yeah, very nice treasures both coming in at right around the same time, which is
so really well
exactly
played
what
there.
you want to see. Meanwhile, Cap in COS2 here.
Cap's getting completely trolled.
Gets the treasure taken by the Dweevil. Yes, very clean. FC7 for Kira.
Great overlapping there on the test. Killing the frog, starting the dig, and taking care of the fire geyser without burning all his Pikmin. Very nice play there to do all those things all at once. He needs to get more on that dig, I think. Maybe. Oh, it's gated. Never mind.
Nope, just want to get all whites on the carry, and it should be good right around the time the gate comes down, hopefully.
Kira has, if 81, 85 is only big bodies and skip AM, Kira has like 40 something on that. I didn't catch the exact number. 82, 33. So what? She's probably gonna skip a small on 6 GK6.
You could definitely skip a small on GK6. Yeah, I'm not sure, because everything else is pretty much, you always get it, or you never get it. There's not really too many
Right.
opportunities to skip smalls for the rest of the run here.
I love that Cap started the dig on the shell and started some on the gate for the hole, but now he's not going to have as many Pikmin to get this gate down. And this is probably going to be in pretty late.
Take a little while to come down.
Actually, they're both coming in at kind of similar time, actually.
Actually, that
he
was
did take most of the whites off of that shell dig.
Yeah, they were separated and gated. That's a tough layout to play. Whoa. A lot of Pikmin getting zapped.
Was it on cap screen?
Yeah.
Did not catch that. Oh my gosh, how many?
You could see it. Oh, it is still going.
Oh my gosh.
Yikes. Was there a
I have no idea
beetle
what that's
right
from.
in the landing site?
There was one like close. I don't know where the second one would be. Looks like Cap was taking a peek there just to make sure that this the hole wasn't gated here on this 4. Because you'd hate to walk all the way out there only to realize it's gated.
Yeah. But luckily it wasn't. Alright, let's see how Kira plays this COS3.
We're gonna see Cap only having 10 purples here for this fast BLL. This is gonna be really challenging, but probably gonna be.
Oh,
it's a double dip. What was that?
Whoa! Still got the fast BLL with the.
I've never seen it not shake. Is that like a damage threshold thing that because he had 10, he just worked out for that, or what?
Probably. He got Cap getting bailed on that though. That's
completely freest fast BLL ever. Looks like Kira actually going to the gated treasure first, trying to find the other treasure. Not sure if she realizes it's elsewhere yet.
It's not bailed. Cap lab that. No.
Fair enough.
Regardless, very nice fight for Cap.
Kira doing well to get both treasures going, but needs to get this gate out of the way. And the Snitch Bug's going to be taking ones off from the gate little by little.
If it were me, I'd be watching these carries to make sure my Pikmin don't get zapped.
Yeah, she's kind of just trust the process, you know. Cap is now on his way to
Cap's
GK.
probably going to take out a bunch of reds to make up for the all those dead
not a bad idea. He only has what, 10 purples? I didn't see how many whites he has. He has a good amount of whites still.
Yeah, looks like about 20.
Yeah.
Definitely got plenty of whites.
Yeah. That was really fast going up that.
Very smooth.
Yeah. Oh my gosh!
No.
The way he was gonna use gets absolutely sniped by that snitch bug. MVP right now for the enemy.
Like, nope. I'm just gonna take that.
I've never seen that.
I feel like something like that happened in one of our other races in this tournament. I don't remember which one. I remember some shenanigans like that happening.
It grabbed the Pikmin at like the perfect time where it was just now, like just then landing for the carry. Like, nope, you thought so.
Did Olimar lay down and the snitch bug grabbed
Yeah.
the Pikmin off of Olimar?
I think it was like right before the grab. Kira has double the purples compared to Cap.
Oh,
So
that's
hopefully
what it
we'll
was.
not
The
have
snitch
any
bug
trouble.
lured you off the ledge. That's what it was. Kira not getting the shakeless, but still doing good at getting the
Still
kill
relatively
with the purple
decent,
pounds.
criminal. Yeah, Cap has a pretty significant lead at this point, so I think some real fuckery is going to have to happen for here to catch back up at this point.
Yeah, let's see
He's
if
already deep into GK.
if maybe he gets bread bugged or something here.
Right, yeah.
Or if Cap loses 50 Pikmin and forgets to
Oh my
reset.
goodness, that was
Wow,
actually really
actually
close.
almost
And Cap went straight for the treasure, so I'm interested to see
that was
what it's going to
very
be
well
like for
played
here on
by
this
Cap.
floor, because if Cap did not literally like book it, he definitely would have gotten bugged there. So I'm interested to see if that's something that Kira's going to do.
That seemed like one that was almost destined to get bread bugged, and Cap just barely saved it.
Cap also, despite having like 10 or 15 Pikmin there, getting absolutely trolled by the Bullhog, because purples were on the treasure, he just let it be. Because the purples are actually immune to being blown away. One of the things casual players might not know. So he just let it be, and those purples are going to carry it in, and the other Pikmin, since he's getting towards the end of the run, doesn't really matter if they get zapped or blown or whatever, so. They're going extremely slow, though, losing in the tug of war.
Yeah, because every time a Pikmin grabs on it, the bread bug is
It
able to
stops
drag it a
moving
little bit
the
away.
ground,
And because it's moving so slow, he's able to still moving it back just as far. Alright, he gets it in though.
Overall, really good 3 there from Cap. That is definitely a very bread buggable seed. So
Yeah, we'll have to pay attention to Kira to see if she gets bread bugged there.
Mhm.
Let's see, are we gonna need some Moke throws? It's not high
Looks like
Invigorator.
Invigorator's down on.
Looks like there is a high
The
treasure.
R, yeah, for the other treasure. Ooh, I like this. I
Cap's
like
just
the
gonna
Cap is
feed whites.
using whites to get that
I
kill.
like that.
including
I like
with
that
combat.
strategy.
I like it. Especially since he only has 10 purples, that combat was going to be pretty rough.
Especially since he's low on only 10 purples, especially because it's so late in the run that you don't really care about a couple deaths.
Exactly. Yeah.
I really like that play from Cap.
Yep. Now he's gonna have some fun doing these moke throws. Struggling a little bit here. Nice, nice.
Gets it second
It's 2
try.
up
Actually
there.
got 2 up there. That would have been
Yeah.
fine even if it was Invigorator.
Overall, pretty well played from Cap there. I don't think Kira is getting to this on time. Looks like she went the wrong way at first. I think she is probably already
Yeah,
gotten
that's
bread.
that's almost definitely getting bread bug then.
And
Yep.
she realizes. Oh, but which bread bug is it? It might not be this one. It probably is. But there's 2 right next to each other. So it technically could be the other one. This combat is going to be a struggle.
There are 2.
Oh
and
my
how
gosh,
can you tell
that's-
which one? Ooh, a lot of purple's getting zapped there.
Oh, the purple's dead. Yeah, you actually don't know which bread bug it is. That's the funny part. Because it could not be this one. Because there's 2 right next to each other. Is this the right one? Please?
Oh,
It's
it
not
is
the right
not.
one. Oh my gosh. Absolutely getting trolled right now.
Oh, that is so unfortunate.
Extremely unfortunate. And lost a bunch of purples there.
Meanwhile, Cap on our second to last floor of the run here.
You're now loading the other treasure. Nice deload there on the electric gate.
So what is the Poco threshold? That, will Cap be able to skip a small here?
That is probably a question for chat. I do not know.
9715 is only giant bread bug body, and he has exactly 9715. So
Perfect mapping of that bugs. Cap deloaded that electric gate from like a mile away. Very impressive.
whoa, Cap getting a lot of Pikmin zapped though.
Yes. I think at this point,
I
he probably
think
does not
everyone
care.
on the ham got zapped.
Oh my! Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, yeah. The first one he loaded, they all got zapped. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I guess he just didn't care about the beetles. Just let him be, you know.
I mean, at this point, there's hardly anything left in the run. It's kind of fine if 10 Pikmin die, however many it was.
Interesting that Kira threw a bunch of whites on Invigorator, probably unnecessary, and getting trolled. So not gonna
Bad-
get them okay throw out.
Just bad cutscene timing there. Gets them okay throw though, no problem.
Came off a little bit of an awkward spot there though.
Yeah, I would have let him carry it.
Giant Bread Bug is trolling
Giant
Cap
Bread
right
Bug
now.
is going. Don't know where he's going, but
It's going.
do you see that bread bug? I missed it. What happened with the bread bug?
I also missed it. Finally is latching onto the body.
Going wave dashing backwards.
What the heck?
I
Yeah, I did
missed
see
it,
the
but
one between the plates. It's kind of just chilling there. It's literally standing there like a small Bulborb or something.
Well, looks like that'll be it for Cap.
Yep, looks like it's gonna be low 140-ish, mid 140-ish. So not bad, pretty good.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, especially for a race.
Bit of a mishap at the
Yeah, I
beginning
want to
of
see
the
a clip
race,
of that.
but
If someone has a clip of this wave dashing red bug, I'd love to see it. All things considered, Kira is not that far behind. Maybe like
yeah, probably
2-ish minutes.
3 minutes maybe.
Yeah, not too bad. And Cat finishing, so Kira will now be wrapping up.
Yeah,
Congrats.
only down by 1.5 sub levels maybe.
Cap, you decided to instantly handicap yourself by a minute at the very beginning.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I know everyone's expecting me to be mad. I don't even really have anything like clever to say about it. It's just, whoops, I accidentally made a mistake, and I was just like, well, I guess I'm gonna play from a minute and a half back. I guess, like, I don't know, like, I'm just like, just don't do that next time. Like, but you know, I had to continue the run, right? So what am I gonna do? I figured it out though, kind of. There's a faster way of doing it, but I don't know. I was thinking on my feet, so I didn't always come up with the great plan. There's honestly a couple things that I want to point out that aren't early game. I think early game is just kind of boring because they just messed up a bunch, which is like cool, but I don't think it's actually very interesting. One was the bull bear just like straight up ignored me again. Like what? Honestly,
That was very
on
funny.
FP3, it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna walk away.
Completely ignored you.
Two, I even forget what the second one was. There's a whole bunch of weird shenanigans. Oh, I almost had a genius play. The play to not get bread bugged on GK3 was like
That was
extremely
That was amazing.
extremely gigabrain. Except that the blowhog like extended the tug of war like hilariously long.
so yeah.
I thought that was like hilarious. Oh, the other one I want to. Where was the electricity on COS3 that killed all my purples?
It was probably
What?
an anode by spawn.
Yeah,
But
we did not see
hidden boss. Hidden boss. Let's see. The only other thing I didn't hear commentary, so I don't know what you guys were saying. The shake list was a setup that I've labbed. You can now just do shake list. There's actually a tutorial for it on Twitch.tv. Just go to twitch.tv/CapCapRevenge and then go to highlights, and it's there. It's a Twitch.tv tutorial on how to do that
I've never
BLL.
seen that.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so aside from that, I thought I really did play, like, I think 50% of the layouts I played, like, horribly, and the rest I played really well, you know, with pretty much no in between. You know, so I'm
Yeah, there were definitely
I
some
feel
really
like,
good plays there.
yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. The GK3 one was just such a mess because I saw where the small treasure was on the come down, right? So that helped. So I looked into that room, I saw the bread bugs, and I was like, oh snap.
Yeah,
I gotta move.
Great for it.
Yeah.
Also, another thing I really thought was funny was on Enter GK, you had
Yeah.
the white get grabbed.
Oh
the
my
second
god,
you
the
were
switch
about
bug's
to
stealing
nap set.
I'm so glad. I mean, like, when I'm racing Kemi, if it's neck and neck and I lose to something like that, I'm gonna Mick frickin' lose it.
Oh, what
Goddamn.
happened? Was it?
Oh, a lot of silly stuff happened. What's up, Kira? How's it going?
GG.
Pretty
Cap, I
alright.
Pretty
appreciate
close.
the going for the KSN D1E.
Fuck yeah, I went for the case of doing you. Yeah, I just did it. Well, that was the thing, is I was just gonna do it for like a memeing 5 seconds, and it was fine until more. Okay, so just to go over all the stuff that went wrong on my early game, Kira, my early game, I was like behind you by like a minute and a half, into Snagger Hole.
Really?
It was about
Yeah,
1 minute. Yeah.
maybe a minute. I don't know about a minute and a
Yeah,
half. I didn't-
my early game was like trash. What are you talking?
Well, so
You had to go to
here's
day
a list of things-
5.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I was ignited. So I went for the Kaizen D1E, which like lost like 6-7 seconds, which normally would just be like whatever. I'll just like for funsies, like it's whatever. And then I got cutscened. Because I skipped the cutscene too early, so I was 4 sprouts back. So that loses basically a minute, because I had to extend to day 5 to get back up to 13 by end of day. And then... Well, and then I was gonna try out not getting Louis skip, but just not running Louis into the red onion at all, but then I forgot about that on Enter Hole Abyss. So then I activate the Louis cutscene at, like, the weirdest part of Enter Hole Abyss. When,
Oh, that's what happened. We thought you did it on purpose.
No, that was
fact
the
that,
plan.
like-
Was to never. The plan was just to never activate it. It was just to never get Louis close to the red onion the entire game. Which I talked with Heartpiece actually is possible now. You have to change some early game splits around, but it is probably still faster than the other one. So, yeah. Anyways, but I flubbed that. And then I accidentally flubbed in Enter Snaggart. I don't know, like, everything before Snaggart Hole was a flub, but I think I played pretty well after that. Except for, like, 4 sublevels where I would have played absolute garbage, like FC1 and FC7 and possibly even FC4. I played FC pretty bad. I also played, weirdly, I played SCX3 really bad, where I had the read, but there was a lot of fire geysers, and I just kind of flubbed that for some reason.
The siege
I don't
was
know.
just kind of weird. It was good, but weird. So
Yeah, for sure.
One of the
Well-
bigger differences there, we talked about it a little earlier when it was just Cap, but on that GK3, Cap did not get Breadbug, but he only didn't get Breadbug because he like instantly sprinted for it. And Kira did get Breadbug and then had to kill both Breadbugs because they were right next to each other and there's no way of knowing which is which. So the first one died and then it was not the right one. So she had to kill both Breadbugs. So that was like a big ultra troll there, Giga troll.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So
Yeah.
basically, it was closer than what I expected, but I still lost to a guy
yeah.
that
Well,
like had to go to
was
day
your
5.
what was your final time? 140,
uh,
140.
143.06.
Nice. Yeah, it says 4 on there. But yeah, it's close enough. Yeah, I Yeah, I had one. It was 140.13. So only. Yeah, it was only only a couple minutes. Not too bad. Well, and you said you were super rusty, so not too bad, all things considered.
Yeah, very, very nice race.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the differences were later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
this was
a tight
great.
race for the vast
So-
majority of it.
So that's it for all of
There's the
round
bracket.
2. Well, winners round 2 and losers round 1.
Yeah,
So,
I know. I now have to play the Chemster.
we
Unfortunately,
don't currently have any more matches of winners 3 or losers 2 scheduled yet.
I have to
but,
schedule it with Kemi, right? It's Jack and what, Curtis?
We've got Jack versus Curtis. We've got Cap versus Kemi. And then in the
Yeah.
losers, Kira, you're up against Electric Fortune. We've got JPEP versus SBU. Max versus Heartpiece. And Ghostly versus Maya.
So you want to know something that I really, really am enjoying and like it got me kicking my feet in the air? It's the fact that it's likely that JPEP and Curtis will find each other in the bracket.
Let's go.
You see, because how the
JPEP.
routing goes is that it's Curtis versus Jack. So yeah, so Curtis goes to losers. Then JPEP
So
fights
JPEP
SBU. So I feel like JPEP probably has more experience. It will be better than SBU. Same thing applies to me. Or Electric Fortune, where JPEG is just going to clear all 3 of us. And then finally, we get to losers round 4, 21, Curtis versus JPEG.
Yeah, it's gonna be hype. There's gonna be some hype matches. I mean, I thought this was pretty fun.
Speaking of
Considering
hype,
considering I took an insane deficit, it'll be interesting to see when I took the lead, because I mean I took the lead at some point. I wonder. Are you curious to see how long things hung on?
It
Because things don't usually.
It was BK4.
Oh dang. Okay. Yeah. So you hung on for a while, Kira. That was pretty good. Because that was all of Snaggart Hole and Enter BK. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were
nice.
definitely starting to make up time in Snaggart Hole, and then I think you passed Kira in somewhere in BK. I think it was like 4.
Sure. Details don't matter. I mean,
Yeah.
I can also look at the video later. But yeah, as usual, thanks so much for restreaming this pie, and
Yeah, absolutely.
thanks Average for taking time out of the day to commentate. I appreciate it.
And join the Discord to keep up with when the next matches are going to be scheduled.
Yep.
And
GG's both
Heck
runner.
yeah.
It was both runners. It was a very good race. Very fun, very entertaining.
yeah, GG everyone, and
Indeed.
have a good night.
Indeed.
Yes. If you want to raid me, I'm probably going to I'm probably going to do runs after this. So if you want to raid me with Pikmin community, you may.
You're just
absolutely.
begging for the viewers, huh?
But
If
yeah,
we don't have any other Pikmin runners live, we might as well.
according to the almighty universe, no. You can everyone can watch me eat a bacon, egg, and cheese, and then do some more runs.
Alrighty. Have a
Yep,
good night,
right.
everyone.
Yep. See y'all.